And we have Genita Mason, a 2-time award winner in biological and energy medicine and the founder of the Biosanctuary. She is the recipient of the 2014 High Achievement Award from the American Naturopathic Medical Association and author of The Green Mental Health Care: How to Get Off and Stay Off of Psychiatric Drugs. She is also the recipient of the 2010 Human Rights Award for the Green Mental Health Care Medical Model, a non-toxic, non-invasive, and non-addictive solution to today's epidemic of mental health conditions. Welcome. What drew you to your particular modality, and how has it transformed your life?
Okay, well, I don't think why I'm here has anything to do with that. What drove me to my particular modality of medicine was biological medicine, is my extreme reverence for God and nature, and aligning with God and nature in medicine and in all aspects of my life. So, but I think what brought me here to be in the company of these phenomenal people in the spiritual realms and whatnot, because I didn't start there. I'm very much in the physical, you know, being a biochemist and a medical practitioner in biological medicine. But after 18 years in biological medicine and with a strong passion for curing disease, not disease management, and running full-on retreats, full deep dive retreats. I never had a treatment bar where you just come in for a treatment. Watching humans get sicker and sicker and sicker in my medical model, which is extremely effective, you know, extremely effective, curing cancer, anything that's created by oxidative stress, which is the underlying cause of all disease. It fixes because it's, you know, we get the oxidative out and we get the good stuff in, the God nature in. But I saw humans getting sicker and sicker and sicker, okay? And the biotoxin illness and everything that causes disease getting more and more and more abundant bioaccumulation of the toxins on the planet that we've created for the planet. And I was feeling more and more empty. You know, my medical model wasn't as effective anymore. You know, and you can only say within, because I'm regular people, and I was you know, trying to keep everything while keeping the lights on, keeping it affordable for regular people. You know, to cure their disease, not disease management, which is where the money is for big pharma and all that. Curing, and so that accumulated, and it was accumulating, you know, because I run labs. I'm a scientist, you know. I was running labs, and my clinic. I started in Malibu and Topanga, and so I was seeing it both in, you know, the recovery, leaving my clinic in 30 days or 7 days, the retreat. It's not a clinic, the retreat, and then when COVID hit, we hit the cliff. You know, with the complications that the vaccine caused, all aspects of all diseases, you know, cardiovascular, neurological, gut, gastrointestinal, you name it, we hit the cliff straight down. And about 2 years into that, and reversing the jab and this and that, it was becoming impossible for regular people to afford my medical model. And I was becoming less and less satisfied with the results. You know, I look my patients in the eyes for 10 to 15 hours a day for days on end while they're at the retreat. You accumulate a sense of responsibility to people. You know, you go heart to heart, you go eye to eye with people. And you start caring about people. When you're not getting the results you want, it hurts. So, January 2 years ago, I hit it. I hit the burnout level. I hit it all. And I walked into my 1,800 square foot retreat center that was just the clinic area, 5 treatment rooms, whatnot, ozone blood dialysis, the best of the best on the planet. And I told my treatment coordinator, I said, pack up my medical equipment, get everything out of here, I'm burning the place down. Okay. I'm out of Texas now. I'm back home in Texas, so I got to, you know, that's a euphemism. That's a metaphor, all right? I didn't burn the place down. I walked out, and I was just going to go on a silent retreat and never come back, or come back in a completely different capacity. In fact, I was the broadcast. I was the director of engineering for NBC, director of engineering and broadcast operations for NBC here in Los Angeles. In fact, every wire in that building, the studios and everything, is my design. I was the first person in the United States to convert analog to digital, a broadcast station from analog to digital in 1998. And my patients, when I got into medicine, my patients are the same. I don't diagnose, I troubleshoot. You're a broadcast station to me. So, with a heart. So anyway, but what happened, how I got here, was literally within a week of walking away from that career, everything, a shaman walked into my life, a fifth dimensional shaman, and within a short period of time after that, said to me, can I give you a birthday gift? My birthday was in March, and I said, sure, and I was in Vegas and doing a silent retreat in Vegas. But anyway, she was a fifth dimensional shaman, like these people here that have this gift, put me into, I went into another dimension, and I was literally love with eyeballs. No, I mean literally. Everything stopped. No treatment, nothing I've ever given a patient got me, or even me doing my own medical. I mean, I represent my medical model. I do what I teach and practice. Detox. I live pure. I do all this stuff, and but just that feeling, love with eyeballs. No judgments, no criticisms, no us and them, no anything. Just love.
Genita, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll continue to hear from her. So, Genita, how would you like to share about your modalities?
Okay, I'm going to keep this real short. It's probably all I'm going to have left to say tonight. From where she came from, if all there is love, then there is nothing to fear. And a great rabbi, the guy who wrote the book, Why Do Bad Things Happen to Good People, he said in the foreword of that book, love one another, be kind to each other. And I'll only add to that, whenever you're challenged in any situation, look to what you have in common with them, as opposed to what you think you don't have in common. Yeah, okay? And start from there. And all the rest of it works out, In my world, you don't need a guide, you don't need a book, you don't need anything. You came with a heart. And that's all you need, is to love.
Thank you, Wendy. And Genita.
It just occurred to me, the title of my next book is going to be The Lazy Person's Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. I don't think you have to do anything. Aside from, reverence for God and nature, releasing joy, you don't have to do anything. Aside from reverence for God and nature, that is loving each other, being kind, that's reverence for that person, that mirror of you and that other person, that person next to you. We're all God's children. We're all going home, Just relax, enjoy the ride, and just be good to each other, seriously. I think that's my next book title, Lazy Person's Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. Start tonight. Thank you for all the brain candy. So what was the question?
Well, let's wrap up all together. I think it would be beautiful because it's late night panel and we're ending soon. So give us one essential piece of advice for those on the path of ascension. And then I'd love to hear that just across the board from everyone.
I'm going to wrap it up how I started then. Our favorite thing to do these days is at my retreat is, it occurred to me recently, this is a tool, fun tool, about creationary energy. A lot of people look at what we call sexual energy, the root chakra, excitement, sexual energy. I think in the dumbing down of human beings, we associate that energy only to our physicality. And when we're talking about manifesting or healing or any of that, right, we have isolated that energy to our root chakra and only associating it with sex. What we're doing, and I find it's helpful in all aspects of healing, all of them, physical, emotional, mental, psycho-spiritual, and beyond, is releasing that and calling it creationary energy. And so through the sacred secretion practice, the regeneration practice, the sacred secretion practice, where you actually spend 4 days a month when the planets are lined up with your sun sign, the tropical and the lunar cycles, and your highest energy is accentuated by the planets. Not having sex, not releasing that energy and bringing it back up, through this is the practice of the Kundalini, right? And bringing it back up through the heart with love. This is not erotic, okay? This is through bringing that energy, excited energy from the root chakra, creationary energy, through the heart with love, and even Om, excite the pineal, and bring it into the mind with what you want to manifest, your higher self, a brighter light, anything, healing, anything, seeing yourself as a better person, and put that energy, it's kind of like a mindgasm, but put that, no, seriously, but no, I mean literally bring that energy up through your body and ejaculate in your mind, and with that thought, with that vision in your mind, your highest self, or even your better self tomorrow, or your better self today, and see that energy as your creationary energy. Unblock that energy, and you can create any. I mean, it happens a lot faster. Believe me, it happens a lot faster. So I'll end on that, and wish you all a good night.
Thank you.